for a minute. We'll use this boy. I'm gonna get dupes that can't leave the base in a minute. No, I'll do that next, then we'll get down to this, and then we'll get to making a few more suits. Got 13 tons of copper, let's just make them out of copper. That's 16. Let's make 8 out of copper. So these take... oh shit, it's 300 kilos. Wow, I didn't think it was that much. That was like 100 kilos. That is more than I thought. Again, we can't use gold either. Pimping gold suits would be incredible. Why not worry about that for the second? Fuck it. Let's get this sorted. And then we can get our gas online again. You want guys and you don't know what to do besides research. It's giving me a ton of polluted water, which is nice. That's a good one. Do you mind talking me through how you've pressurised your gas storage and banging my head against the wall for the last half an hour trying to figure it out? There you go. Thank you, Perpetual. That's awesome. There's many videos in the tips and tricks playlist, guys. If you have any questions about builds that are in the base, normally I've done a video on it in tips and tricks, so you can normally find them on the YouTubes. On the YouTubes. It's not because I don't want to talk through it, it's just because sometimes these same questions come up, you know, multiple times a stream, and I try not to go over it too many times. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay then. So there's my hydrogen line. Now how did I do this over here? I'd like to sort of try and maintain some sort of symmetry, but it's going to be a bit tricky. I did them both. I did them a bit backwards before, didn't I? Which I can't. Well, I could do over here. Let's make them symmetrical. I like that. I would prefer them if they were symmetrical, I guess. Although it isn't going to be fully symmetrical because I'm dicking about with more stuff. Right. So... and then what do I do with the one below it? I went down a tile. That's fine. And set you to 999 as well. It's okay. Now then, do we have any other gases in here? I don't. So I could just keep this as a clean build. I don't know if I'm going to fuck about the pumps in there right now. It's given us 8, 16, 24. I technically have enough, although it is only merging into 2 pipes. But this middle pump is sort of to deal with the downtime on these if they're ever down. I think this will be alright for now. We can always come back to it and rip it out in the future if I decide. So we'll hook you up and hook you up. We'll need to nip out a couple of these tiles, which will kind of remove our access anyway. So maybe we'll just put one of these in over here. And then you'll be like that and like that. I think. So I've done them backwards. Might have done them backwards. I did do them backwards. You'll be like that and like that. Set you to 1 gram. And then you're gonna go like this and like this. You connect through there, through there. Now, how did I run my piping out? I just ran out. Shit, do I have the room for that? Yeah, so you'd come down here. Into that one. You come down here to that one. I need to figure out hydrogen as well. That's okay. Maybe my hydrogen line should come through here or something, just to give me the ease of access. Alright, so it's going to start going through the end of the pipes now, which kind of sucks. But that's okay, we can just vent that off for now. You're going to go to there. Done. Oh, I am very red today. Oh well. Right then. So that should be fine now. This pump is, as I say, this pipe here is just sort of bridging into wherever it can go. This is fine. We will have a packet of oxygen here, which needs to get rid of. Now, where am I going to get my hydrogen in? I kind of aborted getting the chlorine in over here. I kind of just gave up on it. Realistically, we could run it through there and then bridge into there. Again, I'm just trying to get this done in the space that we've left. I mean, realistically, I shouldn't have to mess about with this too much once it's done. It should I'll just leave it running. Although again, I don't know if this will ever need to pump any chlorine. I think these will eat it when they can. I mean, this is kind of inefficient, but I don't need chlorine for anything. We've already got a chlorine geyser up here that we ain't using. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. We've capped it, but I have no use for it. Ah, gulpfish eggs. Motherfucker. Critter egg. Oh yeah, goldfish egg. Get out of here. There we go. They can be dumped in there. Forgot to finish off this stuff, so let's just get that online as well. So you're going to be dropping the meat down this one. This is going to be... It's annoying now there's 2 different meats. They're not annoying, but... It used to just all be meat. But oh well. And then you're going to be for eggshell and stuff, aren't you? Why is this not had an egg delivered this way yet? Do I need to set this to 1? I'd need this to be -1, wouldn't I? If this is 1 less than the stable should be. Or maybe 1 would work. I don't know. We'll see. I'm taking the coal. We need some coal. We got no coal. Alright then. So this is sort of ready, although until I get these pipes having somewhere to go, it's a little bit risky. So I do need to decide whether I want to have this clusterfuck at the end or not. So basically what we've got here is 1 mechanical filter, 2 mechanical filter. And then the output feeds that is like they're left over goes down this pipe and this pipe, and then bridges into the middle to hit another mechanical filter. Which on this build would be hydrogen. I will pick up the odd packet of hydrogen here and there, which needs to go somewhere in theory. So I do probably need it. So I think you went back like that, and like... Oh shit, where did I bridge? Bridge was right there. Jesus Christ. And then it went to a valve. So the bridge is from the top, it goes down then into a valve. So we'll cancel you. Do that. Then we'll have a valve. Oh wait, how did I do this? Ventilation. Valve. Bridge. Ah, now, if I do this now, I'm going to fill it with oxygen. No, this one doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. It's the next next valve that I need to make sure I prime properly. And I can probably do that from this end. Yeah. Jesus Christ. It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess. So if we imagine a pipe coming down, oops, coming down here, that's where the hydrogen will bridge in. This can all go. This will all make sense once it's done, I promise. Oh, my back, fuck. So that's my feed. Which will come up there. This is disgusting, but I love it. Okay, and then it'll be like that. Oh, wait a minute. Have I put that the wrong way around? Oh, I left some space. I left a bit of space on the other side. Okay. That'll be why. So that's where it starts. Comes off of there. How much space did I leave? So it goes up, up, 1, 2, up. What? What's going on? Sorry, I've been staring. Your last pipe didn't connect. Yeah, it's for a reason, Vusen. I don't want it to. I don't want to fill this with oxygen. Bobek, how's it going? It's Shane. Hello. Banyan, hello. Sorry, I didn't see any of you guys come in. Ugh. And Vusen, hello. Sorry. I'm staring at a pipe maelstrom. Is what's basically happening. All right, then you're gonna come down here. I'm staring at a maelstrom. Boop. And then if this does have any like CO2 in it or anything, it's just gonna go. I'm just gonna dump it somewhere, like there. I can't see it happening, but if it does, there we go. So that's now our hydrogen out feed. I can bang in a couple of bridges here. Deconstruct that. And then what I'm going to need to do is put some hydrogen up this pipe. So that's what I'm going to do. Just to get him working, get him primed. And I've got hydrogen that I can use right here. Okay, this hydrogen out pipe is probably going to move. Or rather, we're going to rejig it a little bit. I'm going to rejig. I'll flip all these bridges once I've got a bit of hydrogen here. Is the game now good enough, beard friend? Seiku, how's it going, mate? It still has quite a few bugs in it. It needs a bit more love, I think, from the devs, but it'll get there. It'll get there. It does still have quite a few bugs in. I don't think it's launch ready yet, personally, but they've done it now, so it is what it is. It is what it is what it is. Me personally, I'd have rather they held off for another month or so. Get all these bugs squashed. But hey ho. Another valve here. Yeah. Going to be 999. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, this is the one that's sending my hydrogen to my gens. This line is going to be where the hydrogen comes in ultimately. I'm going to need to bridge off of here though. Get that right, bridge from the wrong place. Pew, pew, pew. This literally only needs to be a couple of packets in theory. So you're set to 1, you're 999, okay. Can things explode? No, sadly not. No explosions yet. Come on. Whip it out. There we go. So you primed now? Yeah, you're fine. So you can now be ripped out. And And then that is my hydrogen, that is that. And this can now be connected to this boy. So there's some oxygen. The oxygen should just bypass and end up out here. Need to get this done stat. Otherwise I'm pissing away hydrogen. There we go. There we go. I might just need this to break for a second. Otherwise I'm going to be pissing out milligrams. Why is this? Oh, I know why this isn't being done properly. Hold on a minute. My valve is in the wrong place for what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to get constant 1 gram bleed. So let's just rip you out a second. Yeah, I'm going to get constant 1 gram because it can get through basically. That's fine, we can just slap another valve here for now. Which will be okay. Yeah, the Hardy Boys book about this. They must do the bridge forest. Pretty sure they start trying to find their way out. This is fine! Listen, sometimes you got to put 50 bridges in when you're working in a confined area with many, many pipes. Sometimes that's just how it is. I didn't write the rules. It's just how it is. Alright, we can get this connected back up now as well. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Right, so once somebody's tinkered with this, we can put this in. There we go. Go, go, go. And we can tidy up this gubbins, and that should work clean as a whistle now, in theory. So, hydrogen can start finding its way out. The oxygen is pumping away like a little beast. No hydrogen should come through here, no oxygen should come through here. Oh no, a little bit of oxygen can. That's the oxygen that's coming from this line, but I'm not asked about that. As long as no oxygen finds its way into here, that's okay. And no hydrogen should find its way into there. So that's a good job done. We've got rid of all those normal filters now, which is a great power saving, because they were basically running constantly. So we probably had the equivalent of 3 gas pumps running constantly, which you wouldn't do normally, would you? So we've got rid of them. We have left a little bit of debris in some of our gas rooms, but I'll sort that in the future if I'm ever feeling particularly anal. But for now, let's rip these ladders out. Bang, 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 bang. And rip out this stuff afterwards, and then this is all tidy. And that'll be good. So I think that should be fine. And there shouldn't be any feedback, there shouldn't be anything getting back into any of the lines. It should just be nice and clean. I know there's a lot of bridges there, but this way it can't fail. Which is what I want. Beautiful. Real nice. Okay, so that's now on, this is on, this can be enabled, and then we can rip out this stuff, so now we can get more dupes down below, which is why I wanted to do this now, which is going to be good. And we'll pop a little tile here just so we don't get any spills going down there, and we may even bring this ladder up one more as well, just for reasons. There we go. Nice. Right, we've got idle dupes, which means we're not working them hard enough. So let's do a bit of a low prio sweep in the base for starters. I'll keep them interested. Just not sure about this. I want to make sure that's right. And you all need to be swept. Don't know why you're there. Let's get all this gubbin swept. Anywhere else we've left debris, I'd like to get rid of it. This is looking relatively tidy out here now. It's good. It's good. We've got some of this crap collected. Again, just low priority stuff. Just keep him busy. Get all this stuff swept up. Oh. Wild Draco egg. A wild glossy Draco egg, more importantly. Lovely. Right. Coal, 2 tons. That is not enough. That is not enough at all. Jesus. Time to get these online. So, the refineries first of all. Let's get these sorted. So, we're going to rip out the shut-off and we're going to go straight through. It's going to make a bit of a mess in here. So let's start by ripping off you. And you. No, let's not rip you off. Let's just do another job first and try and purge these pipes. So, this is now full again. Microfresh John is too complicated for me. Sorry guys, what is this great turn for hydrogen doing? Right, this is the mechanical filters, so this probably isn't the best example to show you. I do have a video on it on my YouTube, which is probably a bit easier for you. This is quite a convoluted setup because I was trying to do it all in this area. I wanted to do all my filters in this one space, and I've done them with lots of fail safes and stuff, and my piping around here is a bit of a nightmare because I've got a centralized gas storage area where I'm trying to pull all of my gases out of and put them all into, so it's a little bit busy down here. But basically the premise is you have gas entering a valve which reduces the flow to 999 grams. That then hits a bridge, which is very important, which then hits 2 consecutive bridges. Now those bridges come into here and do like a little U-bend of pipe. There's a little U here with the tail coming off. And behind there we've got a valve, and this valve is set to 1 gram. Okay, so what's basically happening is the 999 gram packets will come down here, they'll hit this bridge, and because there's only 1 gram in this pipe at the back, it'll blend and merge in with that gas, right? Only if it's the same gas. So these pipes here have all got 1 packet circulating, and if our oxygen at 999 can bridge into here, then it will, and then that's filtered it for us, right? It's filtered it out. If another gas comes down these pipes, say a blob of hydrogen comes down here, because this is coming from my electrolyzer setup up here, right? If a blob of hydrogen comes down and hits this same bridge and hits this same bridge and tries to blend into this pipe, it can't, because there's only oxygen in the pipe, right? So we'll see it happen here with oxygen. This one's for hydrogen. So in these pipes we've got 1 gram of hydrogen, 1000 milligrams of hydrogen. In a second you're going to see some oxygen come through here. Boop, right? That oxygen is going to try and hit this bridge and go into here, but it's not going to be able to. So it's going to bypass, it's now here. It's going to hit here and it's going to go out the system. There's the oxygen. So it's basically what they call a mechanical filter. It means that without having to power this, we can separate our gas with a little bit of valve and bridge sorcery. We can basically make it so that we can separate multiple gases out. It only works for 1 gas per filter. So I want oxygen in this one, oxygen in this one, hydrogen in this one. And that's basically how it's working. So it looks an absolute clusterfuck of mess, but it does make sense. And then the one crucial point of this is you need to make sure your output feed is always clear. So my output gases that bypass these 2 bridges here, then hit another bridge, then hit another bridge, and that merges into 1 pipe where it hits another valve, which realistically I don't really need now, I could rip out, where it then comes down this line and goes into this setup here. And that's basically what's happening. The reason I've got two valves in here is because I've bridged in another line, a 3rd line up here. Because again, I'm trying to do all this with the smallest space possible. And these are the most efficient big packet bridges. If you only had one pump going, if you only had one gas pump and your packets are coming in at 500 grams, you only technically need one bridge. Though I generally always recommend building a double one. So, there you go. They do hit Game of the Centuries here, valves and sorcery. Yeah. As I say, the video on my YouTube sort of explains it in a bit more detail and shows you some different variations, but this is what we've done here, and it's basically so that I don't have to spend power to filter out my gases. That's the main reason for it. It's a free filtration. Then all of our lovely oxygen can come in here, and our hydrogen can come in here. So that's what we've done. So, yeah, I was in the midst of ripping this out, wasn't I? Because I want these to be online and fully going. So... let's do a couple more iron with this boy, just to get it gone. And a couple of steel with this boy. I'm probably going to need some more refined carbon. I don't have the coal for refined carbon, that's really worrying. I have no idea what you just said. Yes, Perpetual said, once you've done them once or twice yourself, it makes sense. I still consult a little guide that I've got every now and again. So I've got this thing here. This is like one of my pictures that I did many moons ago. I still consult this every now and again just to make sure I'm happy with it. And all these things can be found on Discord generally, so... Discord and on my YouTube, you'll find all these little bits and bobs. Because it's handy to have references for them, you know? Like, I didn't play this game for 6 months, and I came back, like... how to mechanical filter? Like... so, I understand. Alright, so that's empty now. And you're leaving, that's fine. Okay, so we've purged these pipes at least. That's good. Alright. No more of this. No more. No more. Right. So, let's deconstruct. Let's get rid of all this and all this. And all this. I'm just going to go straight through. Fuck it. I'm going to get rid of you. I mean, it's going to give us oil that's like 200 odd degrees anyway, I think. For the most part. Wait. For the most part. I think I might have just made a mistake. May have just put some hot oil in here. That might bite me in the ass, we'll have to see. Right, that's fine now. So, deconstruct liquid pipes with a 9. As I say, I just want to get a few things straightened out today. Things that I should have done a long time ago, really. This is more basic than I would like to do, but I've got to get it just working now. Yeah, fuck it, let's straighten this up whilst they're doing this as well. So now we're just going to go straight through, bang bang. And you can come up there. You can come up there. You have to power clean your house when you get home because your parents are coming tomorrow. I'm probably going to play Oni for 3 hours. It's all about priorities. It's all about priorities. I don't blame you at all. The problem is when you like, you know, when you start ticking down the time, you're like, ah, it's okay, I've still got 2 hours left before they get here. I can play a little bit more. Ah, it's okay, I've still got an hour and a half, it's fine, I'll get to it in a minute. Oh, they're at the door. Fuck, what happened? I do that shit all the time. Right, we've got some more automation to go from here. And get rid of you. Alright. It doesn't get much simpler than this now. Oil comes in, makes stuff, oil goes out. That's fine. So, let's get rid of you. Oh, not you. No, never you. And then we'll do a bit of a sweep in there, I think. Of everything but the iron. Iron can stay here. And let's get you going. Let's do like 10. Oh. Let's do 10. It's going to get warm in here. But that's okay, I'll figure out this piping in a second, this loop. So now getting oil in at 184, which isn't ideal. I would have liked to have made it a bit warmer. Fuck it. Oh wait, these need to be at an 8. And these need to be at a 9. That's okay. We've got more dupes that can get down here in suits now as well, which is good. I'd like to understand why we've got a load of dropped suits here. Let's get some of these delivered. Which makes me think... Oh shit. Vacancy only. Yeah, vacancy only. It's really ambiguous, this button. I don't like that it's sort of counterintuitive. So now it's vacancy only. Okay, that's good. So we'll have dropped suits all over the place that'll need to be scattered out. We've got fucking... How many suits here? 5 suits. So if we deliver... Deliver... There we go. Alright then. I've still not dropped an egg up here yet. But they won't drop one if I only get gulp fry eggs, so he's currently starving. I thought I'd be able to feed him enough. Is that because he's not been fed today? Let's just check this. Activation time. I think that's because he's just not been fed today. If we feed him now, it's going to nom a kilo of algae. Okay, so now he's hungry and he's starving. But we've reset the timer. His reproduction. Right, okay, so I want to see him drop an egg, basically. I've got too many pieces of pipe. This needs to be moved over one, I think. Let's just quickly... So I think this only can be out the stable for like 1 bit of pipe, if I remember rightly. I think that's one of the things of the build. It's out for like 1 piece. So I think I need to move that over. I don't know why I did that. Let's just fix that quickly. I need to give him access in here. Oh no, I do need to remove that. Boop. Get it. Okay, little friend. How's your egg looking? Please don't be a gulp egg. Be a normal egg. For bigger boys. Okay, there we go. So that was a fry egg. And it's gone into there, which is not what I want. So why did that happen? Was it because this was balked? So if this is disabled, it should pass by it, which is what this was. Give me a second, guys. I want to just... Nobody shout. I'm just dropping an egg in here. I want to see what happens to my automation. Right, so it's active now. But then when the egg left the room... Went into there. Does this need to be 2? Can I not do this in the same way? What about 0? Nobody shout. It's just to save me putting a fucking dropper in, alright? Just give me a sec. In theory and a thing. That just went to there as well. Do I maybe need to set it to, like, not 1? Is that the only way of me doing this? When it's not 1. How can I do this nicely? When are you going to build that new monument thing that's the new ultimate goal of the game? It takes a lot of materials. You've not seen it yet? Oh, we built it in debug. We showed it in debug. They're pretty big. There's lots of different variations to them. They cost a lot of materials. A lot of materials. They're expensive, boys. I don't really want all these refineries to be running just yet. I need to get this liquid cooling in place first. If this tile gets too hot... 3 more. Do you reckon we can take 3 more? I reckon we can do it. My new game's going too slow because the video is fairly slow. I'm watching Twitch too much. Okay. Oh, it's going too slow. Sorry, I read that wrong. Alright, we'll let this just refine off. Got a little bit of petroleum up here that we can bring down to our boys now, which is good. I could have really bridged off here, but I think we'll just have to bring a feed down. But again, it's a little bit busy on the old pipes. Don't know what this pipe's for, but maybe this is going to be a petroleum down pipe. Tink. Yeah, that'll work. So, you're gonna come down here. I want everything to have a little bit of power. I don't want to completely block this room up with pipes if I can help it. Down here might be smart, actually. Like that. then I can come through... Actually come down here in the weta. It's not going to work. I want to have some radiant piping going through here eventually to cool off the gens. So I just need to figure out how I want this to work. Didn't play the pre-release, right. Build that fucking reservoir. What reservoir? What are you talking about, hamster? I'm not doing it, I refuse. You mean up here? I ain't doing it. No way, no how. No! Folds out and turns away. No! Why the effing bridge is just piped straight? Because they're on two separate builds, mechs. They're on two separate builds. And I want to make sure that I keep them all supplied with petroleum if I don't have much petroleum. Shut up! You don't know everything, mechs. You're the worst. No, I basically want to split the feed. I want to split the feed because I enjoy splitting the feed. You don't know if I'm going to only have a trickle of petroleum coming in a bit. At the moment, I've got a little bit in this tank, but this is all my petroleum. And until I get to space and I've got thermium, I can't make petroleum in a big number. So what I may end up doing in a bit is just bridging this line straight into this pipe. Do you see what I mean? At which point, I'm only going to have a trickle of petroleum. And I don't want it all to get numbed up by one gen that's only supplying one side of the power grid, which is going to be up here, versus the other. So it has to be split. You need to think ahead, mechs. Think ahead. Don't be such a nerd. I'd have thought you'd have known this by now. Makes me sad that you don't. You're meant to be a pro, mechs. You've got more hours in this game than me. What the hell? Might need to rip out a couple of these bits to get in there. Tirith Peng, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I had one mechs his endgame saves before and it was extremely neat and tidy. That's because he sits there and does nothing. That's the thing, Perpetual. Listen, there's different styles at play here. If you want to watch mech stream, go back a couple of years and you can watch mech stream, and it wasn't all neat and tidy. Do you know why? Because you're dealing with 500 things at once and trying to read chat, right? However, if you're just sitting there, just sat there, speed one. This is mechs. Speed one. This is what mechs does. I'll go, this pipe's kind of wrong. I'll just remove this one pipe here. And now I'm going to cook some delicious pork. I'll be back in a bit. Fuck you guys. It's different, alright? That's how mech smokes. That's how I envisage mech smoking. He's got the old... He's kissing it. And now he mods for 0.5 speed. Shit. Christ. Christ! These suits can be assigned. We've got one spare for our last tube. Ranzi's now got a suit. Let's check if any lobies have leveled up. I've not looked at this in a long time. Good old Camo is now a super builder boy, and we'll get him some digging as well. Green, super dig, and yeah, not gonna put him on farming yet. Oh, actually, we'll put. Oh shit, I was gonna put him on that instead. But that's fine. We'll change their hats as well. Green, you're the best hat. Camo, you're the best hat. Killer. Yeah, you can take it. Oh wait, you can't take it. Wait, it says I've got 2 points. Oh. That's fine. Winterheim. Why the hell not? And strength. Ephesian. Very good. Cryptic. I'll do that. And let's do that. Ribworm. I'd like to do a point in that and then 2 points in that. Super farm, but can do a bit of digging and building. Torello the Bastard. I think I'm going to leave Torello for now. He's like a super mechatronics boy. Might give him a bit of strength. Whew. Yeah, take that. Lumbo is super rancher. Then that's okay. Stine. Do super building. The troll. Let's take a few hits. Neuro's golden for now, I think. Domain. I'm gonna make a rocket pilot of destiny and give him a sexy new hat. Shane can have a better hat, couldn't he? He's got super digging. Don't really want to do improved farming. We should probably look at getting some more better cooks as well. I think we've only got 2 cooks at the minute. I'm pretty sure. Banyan's a beast. Gino, maybe Gino can do a bit of cooking. Yeah, he's a cooking medic. That's what we like. There we go. Everybody else can kind of stay as standard, but Gino we're going to up a little bit. There we go. You have an ivory cigarette holder, Mex, and elbow length gloves. He does. I've seen them. I've seen them. I'm not going to lie, you need to have a Santa stream this year. I did one last year. You also need to have a Meerschaum pipe. Meerschaum? Meerschaum. What's that word mean? Meerschaum. Pipe. Oh, like an Inglorious Bastard style pipe. The big fucking... Meerschaum. Pipe carved from Meerschaum. Is that a material? It's made from the mineral sepiolite, also known as Meerschaum. I've never heard of that. German for sea foam. Huh. I don't even know what that material is. That's really interesting. First recorded use of Meerschaum for making pipes around 1723 and quickly became prized as a perfect material for providing cool, dry and flavorful smoke. Interesting. Right, I need to finish this off. So I think everything's fine in the bay. I don't know why this isn't working properly. This boy's going to die and I'm not going to have any eggs in here. I'll do that cooling loop in a minute. For the meantime, I want to make sure I keep an egg in here. Just a single egg, that's all I want. So, does this maybe need... Do we need a buffer? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little save. I'm going to jump in debug a minute because you guys got salty when I fucking alt-queued a single egg. So, I'm going to figure this out. I do have a debug world somewhere. I'm going to figure it out. You've all gone quiet now since my Mex went. That's Mex. And he gets his thumb and rams it in a canal wall. Wait plate for the one egg that toggles the shut off. That'd only work in a one tile setup unless I had multiple sweepers, because I'd have to have an egg that gets dropped behind a door, and then the door opens. The fish won't find its way out because pathfinding's fucked at the minute. It might do, I don't know. Only on a save and load maybe. I'm trying to avoid having changes to the amount of liquid in the build, Mex. That's what I'm trying to get to, because we saw it last stream where the fishies don't update their pathing if the water levels change. Drop point beyond reach of sweeper. That's kind of what I'm getting at, Mex. Oh. kind of what I'm getting at. So I have got a little Paku area up here where I was doing the same sort of thing, but I don't know what I did here. I don't know if this is working okay. What did I do? Wait, hold on. Why is it set to 3? That doesn't make any sense. That's a not gate to the sweeper. Only sweeps if it's 3 critters. That's not right. Oh, I was feeding 2 in this. Excuse me, sir. I was wondering how many people on Discord has access to your Not Safe for Work channel on Discord. There's only me and Sindane, and we basically just send pictures of our dicks back to each other. It's one of our things. That's all it is. So, I understand what you're saying, Mex. Have a drop-off point out of reach of this boy, circulate our eggs, drop 1 egg, and that can then turn off the shut-off, in theory. I think that's what you're saying, isn't it? But will that bugger up my... Would that bugger up my plan? So we'd have... This loader wouldn't go like that. It would go like... The reason I'm doing this in debug, by the way, is I can try this straight away. So we'd have shut off up here, for argument's sake. Like this. Oops. Let's just figure this out. Yeah, full disclosure, guys, we are in debug. Nobody start complaining. We're just in debug for a minute. We're figuring something out. I'm doing a figure. So you're saying like that. We'll get rid of this automation. Down here. And then we wouldn't need the critter sensor, is what you're saying. So how much does an egg weigh? 4 kilos. No, that won't work, because once the egg fucking hatches, we need to have a combination. We need to have a combination of a critter sensor and shut off. Because once the egg hatches, it would let it all go past again. How you instant building, you cheat, how dare you? How dare you, how dare you? So, let me just try and hash this out a second. So we'd need... an AND gate. Fuck you. 3. This ain't gonna work. Unless it was to a not gate, maybe. It would have to be... when you go in debug, you should have an overlay that puts a message on the screen explaining. I could just toggle this on so that people know. We in debug, bitches. Can't decide what I'm trying to do here. This ain't gonna work on its own. Because then we could end up with... if we did it to below 5 kilos. Right. No, below 3 kilos for argument's sake. And then we drop an egg off here. There's nothing else here, is there? There's one packer in here. I would say emergency build, we fucking cheating, boys. No, we're not. No. This is not true. Fucking critter sensors. Double Dutch. This needs to be 2. Let's give us a signal. We've currently got 2 critters in here. I don't want 2 critters, I only want 1, but I can't go into fucking minuses. So how do we do that? Am I being dense, or is this just not possible what I'm trying to do? So that's, imagine it's just pooped an egg. Alright, it's just pooped an egg. So this is now active because it's below 3. Is that all we'd need? I think that's all we'd need. And that would just get to a NOT gate. But no, that'll fuck us then. So 1 egg ended up in here. But then when that egg hatches, we'd need to turn this off. Which could be like that. Hold on. I'll figure this bastard out if it kills me. So this would be a positive signal. So it'd have to be if... It's not both signals. It might be like an XOR gate or something. What is it we need? Does the egg get lighter when it's hatched? It'll leave behind some shell, so we need to make sure the shell was getting collected. But we have a sweeper that can reach our shell that we could do that with. And I can block this with a mesh tile from our sweeper that's at the bottom. That would now work. Once the egg hatches and swims off, it's going to want another egg. which gets dropped into here. Right, but now this is currently off. This is looking for 2 critters. Once it gets 2 critters... Motherfucker. One critter. Okay, now it's off. Now it's on. Why did that signal not change? There is, you want more, get 1 egg and 1 critter, or 2 critters until 1 dies, start keeping the egg again. Yeah, that's what I want. I just want 1 boy, because I only want 1 feeder in here. I did this in here and I was just feeding a couple of critters, and I was feeding it with dupes to begin with, just tinkering around. It probably needs to be a toggle, doesn't it? Probably need like a memory toggle. I think. So let's see. You'd want to go into there, then you'd want to go into there. Oh no, that wouldn't work. Oh no. Okay, and then this boy, let's put another Pacu in here. Let's say this Pacu. So he's now hatched. Right? He's now hatched. There's another egg in here. It's off. Remarkable, we're in debug here, mate. This is the separate build. I'm trying to figure something out, but my brain isn't letting me. My brain isn't letting me figure it out, alright? My brain's an idiot. Stupid brain. Yeah, stupid brain. Okay. Pacu hatches. Egg fucks off. Egg enters build from Pacu. Still off. Oh shit. I'm so rusty with this stuff. I've not spent like a proper evening just going through automation again, so I can't really remember how to do shit. You should, as deep thought will give you the answer eventually, but you won't like it. Nah. This is bothering me. It's these that are bothering me more than anything. I only want one fishu. And because these hatch in like 5 cycles, I end up with a baby. And then like a fish that's going to be pissed off for 20 cycles. Or fighting to eat. If you leave it and do it next stream, some totally perfect ultimate with chunk build will probably appear on Discord. Fuck. I used to have the ability to do this shit myself though, guys. It's partly because critter shenanigans is tricky. So I used the critter sense. It's a pain in the ass. We all get old eventually. It's okay, LG, we all get old eventually. I'm just out the loop. Come on, give me a break. You guys are the jerks. Because the thing is, if I figure this build out and get a nice little build, you guys will be the first slapping it in your fucking bases. Give me a break. Give me a damn break. It's these things being pricks. That's the problem. I don't know what happens if we set this to 0. Takes longer than 5 seconds to get here. So Ego is done. The other option is I could drop the Ego with a door. That is another option. I could drop the Ego with a door, just like we did with our hatches. Do babbies fall through shut pneumatic doors? I think they will do. So this is going to be active forever now because it's about being above the number with Chunga. This is the problem. This is the problem. It's detecting. It outputs a signal when it hits the number that you set in the sensor. So now we've hit 2. Maybe I'd want... So we're now getting a solid red signal because we've hit 2. No, that would need to be an filter. Listen, sometimes you need to just figure something out so that I understand it for the rest of my life, alright? This is one of those things that bothers me. And the problem is, different critters don't work in the same way. Different critters need to be done in different ways. Most people would do this and drop the fishes in from above or something. I don't really want to do that with the space that we've got. I could do, but I don't want to. So I want to figure out a solution that works like this. This is why I don't wrench. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass for the tools that we've got. That's the annoying thing. I just want a dumping pool for many fishes and then a breeding pool with 1 fish, or at most 2 fishes. I understand what you're saying, Mex, about doing it with a timer. But then we need to time fucking 25 cycles? Or 20 cycles? Yeah, I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like this is set up correctly for what I'm trying to do either. I think what I want to do is deconstruct... Let me just deconstruct this toggle a second. and deconstruct all of you a second. And we'll have a second sensor that needs to say if you are